This is Between Hook Sets. I'm Jason Walter from In Through the Outdoors with my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill from the Fishing Crew. Howdy.
Nice hook set there, Tex. Should be more like this, shouldn't it? Should be more like this, cowboy.
Yeah, right. So, funny thing about the cowboy. Okay, so like we all know, I lived in Columbus when I was a little boy till I was 4. But I've got this, I had this cow thing, horse thing in my head like no tomorrow. When I moved to Brookings, I decided to buy horses. And I read the vet manual, the equine vet manual, before I did anything with the horses. And then I did the same thing with the cattle. But we roped one year in 1997, which, by the way, you found another winner from 97. So we're filling in the blanks on the Gov Cup thing. But yeah, so the whole roping thing, I roped off an Arabian horse because I bought one because everybody, they're like, okay, you got to have a quarter horse, right? Because an Arabian is just too whacked. I did everything off of that horse. I jump on its ass from a run. It pulled me on skis. It pulled a hood. I walked into a bar, grabbed my coat, whatever, and I just had a ton of fun with it. But it was a little bit small. It was a 900-pound horse, so it was pretty small to jerk steers, and it was a little bit on the dangerous side. But we did some roping and had fun. So anyway, speaking of Montana, that's kind of why I have my cowboy hat on, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be, that guy. Well, gee, we're talking with someone from Montana, so I better, I'm honestly doing it because where's my cowboy hat in this shot? That is Columbus, Montana in 1976. I was 10. So, and I never really realized that the crown of my hat is about an inch too tall. Yuck. Anyway, on to our guest this evening. I'm so glad that he responded right away after winning the Montana Governor's Cup. I just didn't think we were going to get to him, and we did, and he's on the show tonight, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and Owen's here right now. We'll bring him in. He's out here practicing for the Gov Cup, so Owen's looking for 2 back-to-back Gov Cups, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're trying. That's what we're trying to do right now. So
I might be going on a limb and saying you might be the first person in history to do that. So just no pressure. No pressure
there. That's for sure.
And I really don't want to throw any more pressure on you, but I'm thinking Triple Crown. Okay.
Maybe.
So here we go. We've got Montana, South Dakota, and then North Dakota. The National Walleye Tour on Sakakawea. So the crazy thing is you could win 3 events on one body of water.
Yeah.
On the Missouri River.
Yep.
And it would be so cool.
Yeah. That would be kind of a dream come true. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Well, what a crazy opportunity. It's not like that stuff. The stars have to line up perfectly for that to happen for you anyway.
For sure. Yep.
So did this Governor's Cup win in Montana give you some confidence? Because for those of us who follow tour level gold, we know that it's been a bit of a struggle. Everybody struggles. Dewey struggles, Hoyer struggles. So it's nothing new, Minky. But this year has been a bit different for you. Talk about this year a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a learning year. Hitting new bodies of water that I've never really fished before. Just a lot of new things happening this year. Just a huge learning experience, big learning curves. But I'm loving it. I mean, there's nothing really better I'd want to be doing. So I'm loving every second of it. I'm loving the ups and the downs. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, So
yeah. Well, how about this? This is fantastic. You're going to have to tell us who all these guys are because I can't follow along with everybody there. You want me to keep it up? I can do that.
Yeah. So the guys on the I guess the right of me and Zeke are Cody Martinez and Gage Gordon. Gage Gordon's actually Zeke Gordon's brother. Zeke Gordon's my partner. But Gage Gordon and Cody Martinez are just 2 super good friends. I've known them forever. They end up getting 6th, which was awesome. And then the guys on the left of us are my dad, Wayne Wilcox, and then my uncle, Chris Grotjohn. They ended up in 7th. They actually came back they only had, I think, 11 pounds day 1, and they had 42 day 2. So they made a long ways back day 2. So it was kind of cool that all of us were able to get into the top 10.
Well, and I zoomed in. I stole Cody's picture there, but I did give him some photo cred on Facebook. But
Yeah.
I tried zooming in on that big ring, and it was just, because I stole it, it was just a little fuzzy. But how big's that ring? The thing is just massive and heavy.
Oh, it's huge. It doesn't even fit any of my fingers. I kind of got tiny fingers, but it's pretty big. It's pretty cool.
Well, there's another one coming this weekend, possibly.
Yeah,
So.
hopefully. Yep.
And
Yep.
these are the first ever this year. We got brand new rings this year. So we got solid silver rings that are fully custom made. They're pretty sweet. Thanks to Riddle's Jewelry. They are pretty awesome. They're one of a kind for sure. But
I would like to get me some of those.
Yeah. So you're out fishing Montana Governor's Cup. Talked to your dad earlier this year. He said Fort Peck's fishing different. I mean, last year we were seeing 100 and some pounds to win.
Yep.
I mean, it was 100 pounds to get in the top 5 last year, wasn't it? And
Yep.
it's fish. So what's going on out there? Is it water? I mean, I know water levels are low, but
it's been such a cold spring. I think that's our main reason. I think during Gov Cup, most of the fish we were fishing were resident fish, just fish that kind of spawned back in the bays and that kind of thing. Just because there wasn't a whole lot of fit. Like it was crazy how much dead water you'd go through to find a mark. It was wild. There was way more dead water than water with fish. It was unbelievable. But I think that big flux of dry arm fish and that big flux of fish all the way from the west at the west end of the reservoir just didn't get to the main lake, just because it's been such a cold spring, and now the whole lake's finally all warm. Those walleye have no reason to go all the way up the lake. So I think I want to say that's the big reason why the lake's been fishing a little weird this year, because west of Hell Creek right now is unbelievable. The fishing's unbelievable. People are catching multiple 30s a day, getting 50 pounds every day. It's I think just the big flux just stayed west.
Do you remember what the water temp was during the Gov Cup?
When we started the week before, there was some places the water was still like 62 degrees.
Yeah, okay.
It was wild. And by the end of the week, there was places at right around 78. So.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that really warmed up then.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So. Kind of.
What are you? So you're out practicing right now for the South Dakota Governor's Cup. What are you seeing for water temps here?
It's right around 72 to 75. I think. I haven't been looking at it a whole lot, but I think that's right around where it is. Don't quote me on that, but I'm the times I glance, I think that's what I see for sure.
Yeah. I mean, last week or 4th of July week, we had our little trash tournament, and main body of the water was 70, back of bays was 66. And then the next day it was 60, like the water temp was 66 again. So the water's we're behind on the water temp. We've had a lot of, we've had a lot more runoff than normal. Nope. We lost him. He must've got a phone call. So
I
to get back, let's dive into Governor's Cup a little bit. We got the Kids Governor's Cup, the Lieutenant Governor's Cup coming up. I want to touch base on that. Looks like he's getting back on. But the Saturday, we'll get Owen back in here and I'll go back into that. So stay tuned if you're looking for information on Lieutenant Governor's Cup. All right, you must have got a phone call there.
Yeah, someone tried to call me for some reason. I don't know. I tried to tell everyone I was doing a podcast. So yeah.
No big deal. But yeah, so the water temp is kind of fluctuating. We had massive winds, 100-mile-an-hour winds.
That's what I saw.
Early Sunday morning. My buddies were out fishing Saturday. We were out boating Saturday. We were going to go fishing on Sunday. And my buddy texts me and goes, let's not even worry about it. I'm not that mad at him. I'm like, yeah, you were in 6 foot of water. Them fish are probably on the bluff on the other side of the lake right now because the wind blew so hard here. But I mean, it's really changed with the weather. Yesterday morning it rained pretty hard, and now the weather's looking like it's going to hold out and steady out. So hoping the fishing's getting better. What are you seeing out there? The rumor is people are finding slots, but the overs are a struggle. That's
definitely the rumor. I'd say we've got the slots dialed. That's for sure. I mean, today we've caught, I don't even know how many, 1.5 to 2.8 pounders. They're everywhere. But it's the bigs that we're trying to trying to get dialed. They're definitely being elusive right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a different year. I think they're further up north. Whitlock's had the Tom and Matt Hill tournament. It was 25 pounds on 6 fish to win that. But their big fish I think they're staging north. I don't know if they'll make that swim down and get inside the boundaries before the Gov Cup, but I know there's guys that know how to get them bigs.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to find them, your dad being one of them.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He's taken that state trophy home 2 years in a row, and he's got to defend the title again on it.
Yep.
So, but no, I mean, so you go from there, you come to here, you're fishing the Gov Cup. Obviously you're weighing you measure all your fish out there, so it doesn't matter what you have. It can be all overs. What's your expectations for the Gov Cup this weekend?
I'm looking to get, I would like to all my unders right at 2 pounds or more, obviously. And then right now I'm going to be fine with 3-4 pounders right now. I mean, obviously we want more, that's for sure. But if we get 2 4-pounders for our overs, I'm going to be okay with that right now. As pre-fishing's been going, that's what I'm okay with right now.
So
obviously I like to be better, but
are those unders that you're catching, those eaters, those 15, 16, 17s, are they big and fat? Are they pretty chunky? Because a 13 and a 14 inch are up by the bridge by Whitlock's. If you catch a 14, it looks and acts like a 16. They're just thick, heavy, and
they're all everyone we've caught has been thick and heavy, which is perfect.
I love that. Fantastic. Yeah, so it's good. Zach, we'll see you there. I'm excited to hang with him this weekend too. That should be a ton of fun. But yeah, I wonder if those big walleye, because of the change in the temperature, water's getting warmer. We've had the storms. I wonder if they're heading to their deep water sanctuary and they're finally sliding out into deeper water into 35 plus, maybe 50, 55, 60, 70. It'd be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see how it plays out, where how these people are getting them and stuff.
But from what I'm seeing out there too, has it been a struggle because of the bait? I mean, every time I'm out, it's bait clouds and bait clouds and bait clouds everywhere.
There is so much bait, and that's I think that definitely has a play. Obviously, those fish are just gorged full of food, and it's definitely going to make it a harder time to get them to bite. That's for sure.
But I mean, we're seeing 19 3/4 pushing 3 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're saying a 4-pounder, that's only a 21, 22, possibly, Yeah. I mean, these fish are super healthy, super fat. The system's in a great shape, but you come into the Gov Cup. I mean, this is what, your second time, if I remember right, maybe your second or third time fishing the Gov Cup.
Second time.
Yeah. Yep. So, what do you think of the event? What's your hopes? What's your expectations? And are you going to beat Hoyer and Dewey? That's the number one question.
I love this tournament. This tournament's awesome. I love how you guys do it. I love the slots. I love just your 2 overs. I just love it just brings a lot more game planning in and stuff. And a big thing that's going through my head right now is just redemption. I mean, last time I was here, I blew my motor, and we had to use a loaner boat. So I finally get to use my boat this year. Redemption, that's for sure. And I'm always wanting to beat John and Dewey. They're at the top of my list of the guys I just want to beat, just because I kind of like look up to those two, and I know fishing the NWT with those two, and obviously they're amazing fishermen. So I'm always trying to beat them.
I don't want any excuses out of them if you do that they had to go to ICAST. Like, I don't want to hear no excuses. We're not going to give them that.
Yep.
Yeah, ICAST is not an excuse.
No, ICAST is not an excuse.
But
that's summer camp.
You just talked about that. You showed the graphic, tour level gold. What has that been like? I mean, you got into that last year. Were you even really scheduled to be on the thing, or were you just like, hey, we're throwing him on there? Because I think it kind of started with Max and Dewey and Hoyer, and then a couple episodes in, here you are.
Yeah. I kind of just got right before the season started. I kind of just I got a call, and they're just like, "Hey, we think you would be a great fit for two level gold." And I'm obviously was like, Hell yeah. Yeah. I want to do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's about it. And, we've been kind of rolling ever since. It's a great show. They do an amazing job. Great group of guys. Yeah, it's definitely a cool show to watch. I love being on it. That's for sure.
So what's that been like? I mean, we talked to Dusty a couple weeks ago, or maybe even last week. I lose who we talked to with Gov Cup coming up, but what is that like? Has that changed your game going into it? Like, is it they're just here, or I got to worry about them?
No, they make it so I don't have to worry about them. They do a really good job. So I don't have to worry about them. Like they got their own boat that they got a tracker on me, so I don't have to be worrying about where they are. They worry about where I am. They come to me. I don't have to worry about anything. They work around my schedule pretty much. So yeah,
That's cool.
I don't have to worry about them at all, which is awesome.
Yeah, you don't need the distraction, and the fact that it isn't a distraction is a big deal. Yep. So talk about this year, the NWT. Obviously, as evidenced by tour level gold, there's a bit of a struggle. What is that? What is that struggle? Whether it's eerie and bad weather, big winds, etc. What's the scoop there with this year?
New bodies of water, and I just think inexperience. I'm only 20 years old. A lot of my experiences are just rivers and reservoirs, to be honest with you. So a lot of it's just inexperience. I think it's just like I said, it's just a lot of learning, which I'm loving. I love learning. I know eventually I'm gonna get back on that horse and be crushing it, but right now I'm just kind of on that learning. I know I'm gonna come back hot and heavy eventually, but it's just a lot of learning, which I'm fine with. Just going with the flow.
And that's part about why you do it, to travel around, hit these different bodies of water, and you can go up in Montana and crush it every day of the week, but does it make you a better angler? Nope. Until you get and feel, you get out there and you take a different body of water, or you go to Green Bay and all of a sudden the AOI hatch. We don't know what AOI are. How do you fish this now? What do we do? So that's going to bring a whole different game, and it's only going to sharpen your game and make you better.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But it's been interesting. I mean, Red Wing was a struggle for the whole tour level gold crew. I mean, it really just like across the board, it was a struggle all the way across the board for every one of them.
Yep. It's kind of cool to see. I mean, I obviously would have wanted one of those guys to be in the top or whatever, but it's kind of cool to see all the guys really trying to figure out a tough bite and a tough place to figure out. And I don't want to say us not doing well, but just us having a harder time catching fish and getting those fish we needed. It was just kind of cool to see us all kind of struggle a little bit.
So you leave the Gov Cup. You're probably driving straight to Chicagoia. I mean, have you fished Chicagoia before? I mean, that's the reservoir between us. You drive by it damn near to get here, but like, what's your expectations going into Chicagoia?
I fished it a few times, not a whole lot, but I know it fishes. It's Missouri River body, so it's gonna fish kind of like Fort Peck, kind of like Oahe. So honestly, I got confidence that I'm gonna do well. Obviously anything can happen, but I think I can figure something out and do well out there.
Can you go all the way to the arm? Can you go to Van Hook?
I think we might have boundaries. I think you can get to Van Hook though. I want to say, yeah.
No, I mean, when Dewey went last time, he was running like 104 or 108. It was some ridiculous number. Yeah. Getting gas up to Tobacco Gardens and making that run back. I mean, and people are like, people complain about that and they're like, oh, I can't believe they let them run so far. Or why do they got to do that? And I'm like, you know what? Let them do that. There's a whole nother level of complication that comes into a tournament when you're making a run like that, because, i.e. Governor's Cup a few years ago, you pop the motor, then what do you do?
Exactly.
Or wind comes up or anything. So you got you're throwing a whole nother wrench in your mix making big runs like that. So, but it's really cool to be able to see you guys go up to Sakakawea. The big announcement today, NWT had the big announcement coming. Did you get a chance since you've been on the water all day? Have
No,
you
I
seen
haven't.
the schedule?
I've had no service all day, so I have no idea what the big announcement was.
They
I don't either.
released the schedule. No big announcement.
Oh,
They released
Okay.
the
New
schedule.
schedule for next year.
Okay,
So what is it then?
that's no announcement to me. I don't want to say anything, but I kind of already knew what the schedule is looking like.
So what are you thinking of that schedule? I'm going to pull it up here quick. So what is your thoughts on the schedule? I know you're Bismarck in April.
Yep.
On Oahe.
Yep.
Then you go to the Mississippi River March 2nd and March 22nd, 23rd in the Mississippi River, La Crosse, Wisconsin. June 10th and 11th is Lake Huron, Alpena, Michigan.
Yep.
And then Lake Erie, Dunkirk, New York, August 7th and 8th. And the championship in Green Bay out of Marriott in September 3rd through the 5th.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on this? I mean, what is...
I like it.
As a spectator, I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. A lot of big fish. Bismarck's going to be big fish. Erie's going to be big fish. Green Bay, obviously, going to be big fish for sure. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
So, but, I mean, the first wrench in my mix on the whole thing is championship, and it's going to be a 3 fish limit for championship.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, everybody's got to weigh 3 fish, but like, you know, that to me is just kind of like why?
Yeah.
Why would you pick a 3 fish limit body of water?
Yeah,
for a championship.
I don't know. I honestly, if anything, it makes it easier for the live scopers, in my opinion. Like with a 3 fish limit, I think it makes it even easier for live scopers to pick out their fish that they want, and that's just my opinion. But yeah, I wish they would do 5 for sure. But 3 fish, really? I don't know, but I think it makes it easier for live scopers at least. But
I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a few there for you to pick from.
Yeah.
You know, which one are you going to pick there if you had your choice?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. But no.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes me scratch my head on the whole event is like you especially championship, right? Like NWT is bound by Wisconsin law. I mean, you're bound by that stuff, so it is what it is. But like, of all the bodies of water to pick, and I know the backside. We won't get into it being the promoter and knowing what that takes too, because like I got to tell guys like, oh, you need to go here on these dates. Great, I'd love to, but there's I mean, we can't just throw a date and make it work. So there's a lot of factors, the cities, all the different things, but. I just don't. That's one I cannot still get my head around is a 3 fish championship.
No, yeah, I totally, I understand that. I'm kind of in the same boat with you.
So, yeah. So we'll move on from that. I just, like I said, that was a baffling part of the schedule to me today. I was like, that one just doesn't make sense. I really thought maybe they were going to go back to the old PWT days and go in an east and a west, like when they had said they're going to have a big announcement. You know, more events go east-west division and the championship in the middle.
No, I was assuming it was just going to be the schedule, but I was hoping it was going to be something like that. Like you said, that would have been awesome.
So you're getting ready. I mean, we don't want to take too much of your time because you probably got things to rig tonight. You got to get back, get dinner ate. Maybe you're going back on the water for all I know, knowing you. But you know, the $1 million question all week and for a while has been, what's it going to take to win the Gov Cup? If you had to predict right now, what's the weight for 12 fish going to be? Not that one.
Someone's going to get them. I think it's going to be about what it was last year.
Which was 40.22. So,
yep. Someone's going to get them. There's going to be someone who figures it out. I think it's going to be right around there. Like last year.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago, I was having guys tell me 50 pounds, like 50 pounds. And I'm like, hoof, what a crazy thing. 50 pounds for the 50th anniversary. Bring it on. I hope so.
Yeah.
But now the more they go out and fish, you know, if somebody dings the right 2, you know, but dinging the right 4, even the right 2 are going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you got slots weighing, let's just be conservative and say them 19s are going 2.5, 4 fish there, you got 13, you're at 13 pound or 12 pounds on 4 fish.
Yeah.
25 isn't out of reach.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see where it goes, but big weekend coming up. I know you're here, your dad's here. Who else you guys got with you for the weekend?
Just Gage and Zeke. We got some two other guys, Keely Montgomery and Kyle Felstad, I think.
Keely called me with that partner change, and I'm gonna mess that one up all weekend.
I know. I hope I didn't mess up.
I'm getting it right.
He's a super cool guy, so I hope I didn't mess up his name. But yeah, we got them with us. Yeah, it's been an awesome time so far. Bunch of good guys just hanging out, fishing.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So really looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We'll probably run into you, Friday night. We'll let you get back going, and then we're gonna dive into a few Gov Cup things here. But good luck, dude. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you.
I've known you since, regional days. You were a little tyke with your dad, so I've known you a long time. Always been, watch you guys go and do what you got to do, or watch you follow along the way. It's great to watch you go from.
Thank you.
I don't remember how old you were in that boat, all the way up to now you're chasing the dream, making the big stage, and on one of the best YouTube shows there is. I mean, that tour level gold is dynamite. But I don't know if you've seen yet, but the Bass guys got the Derby Boys. Have you seen this Derby Boys stuff yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I think they're gonna have a little more comedic angle than you boys are. But
I think that's what we keep trying to tell the two level gold guys, that we need some more like comedy in there and stuff. That's what the people want. But hopefully they start to bring some of that stuff in, because I know for a fact we got some awesome bloopers. At least I do. I know.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I can think of one last year, rock pile maybe.
Yeah. Yep. No, there's definitely a few bloopers I think we could put in there to spice things up.
Yeah, I watched that. Derby Boys just came out this week, and with them 4 clowns that are on there, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be the most epic show ever. They're like, there's hardly any fishing in it. There's hardly any fishing.
Yeah.
So, man, it's been great having you. Look forward to watching you, talking to you this weekend, following along where your career goes. Cause you're, like I said, you're 20 years old and you've got a long career ahead of you, and you are a force to be reckoned with once you get this stuff figured out. And, I'm a firm believer. I think you got to figure it out. I think that's not the thing. I think just the time isn't right. When it's your time, it's your time. And like I told Chris Haynes last year, he was always like, man, I'm second place. I'm a bridesmaid. I told Chris, I said, dude, everything will go right. You won't have to think. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. So hold your head high, man. You will come out and crush it. I can't wait to see where you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you much. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah. What a great guy. So Lucy's on the podcast.
Hi, Lucy.
So
that's all right. You got to have dogs and kids come in every once in a while.
Oh yeah. So getting into the Gov Cup, man, we got a big weekend ahead. Tomorrow night, you'll watch a live event. We'll be live for the 50th Gov Cup. I guess the OG party, man. We're going back way back in the day with a lot of the people that are going to be at this party. I wish we had a venue big enough. I wish we had the ability to cook food for everybody to come, but it's kind of been a trying to invite every champion we know, going through the list. We got quite a few of them there. We've lost a few of them, but it's going to be awesome. We're going to have some live stuff from there. Talk to a bunch of the old directors that ran this over the years, the Brox family. I cannot wait for the event tomorrow night. So I don't even know what time we're going to go live. Dinner's about 6:30 tomorrow night. So maybe around 7. Well, maybe even earlier, depending on what we got going on. We'll bring you some live stuff from that event. It'll be pretty awesome. So tune in on the Fishing Crew Facebook and YouTube page for that. And then the Lieutenant Governor's Cup. We got still room for some kids. That's going to be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Spring Creek Resort. It is shore fishing only, 1 rod per kid, and bring a bucket for your bait. All the baits provided. We're going to weigh the stuff across the stage. Travis Stout with Chalik Signs and all the sponsors, but Travis is the main guy behind putting it all together. My hat's off to him. It's been a thought of mine for a long time to be able to do this, but Travis has really went above and beyond. I'm going to say we have about $15,000 worth of prizes to give away.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the pictures you sent.
It is.
Awesome
I mean,
stuff.
every kid, we've got 100 and some fishing rods, and they're not just that Zepco 202. They are, there's 70 Fenwicks with Fluger reels. There are a bunch of Berkeley rods, Berkeley stepped up, Shields, Precision Fishing, all these local businesses. The flyer is endless. Check it out on the Facebook page. The Boathouse Bar and Grill down at Spring Creek is going to do hot dog feed for all the kids. We have all the prime the kids can drink in the world donated. There are 5 kayaks donated. It is going to be awesome. So get your kids signed up. Still room. Go to thefishingcrew.com. Once we get people signed up, we'll send out a little email giving you guys some updates on what to do, where to go. But that's 9 to 1 on Saturday. They're going to walk across the big stage and weigh their fish. So get signed up for that. It's going to be an awesome event. And I can't thank Travis at Chalik Signs enough for all the work he's put into this. I mean, last Friday night was 4 hours worth of work. Getting rods and reels and tackle bags built. I mean, it is incredible the stuff we got these kids.
Wow. That's fantastic. Don't forget about the hats too, because you got a ton of those.
Yes, they're all going to get a hat. We got Shields hooked it up awesomely. We got Riddles that have stepped up. The rings this year are absolutely incredible. I mean, all the sponsors that are behind the Gov Cup, I can't thank enough. I'm super excited. Tune in all weekend long. We'll be live tomorrow night. We'll be live Friday night. We'll be live Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. It's just going to be an overload of social media. Hope you guys like the coverage. Comment, like the Facebook page, like the YouTube pages, guys. Follow along. Live leaderboard on thefishingcrew.com. And come join us. If you want to join us for takeoff is at 7 a.m. each morning out of Spring Creek Resort, just north of Pier. Come down there, drive out to the peninsula, and watch the boats take off. Go check that out. And then weigh-ins are at 3 o'clock every day at Spring Creek Resort. So be there to check it out. I cannot wait to see everybody. I've been busy all week, guys showing up. We got teams from New Mexico and Colorado and Montana and all over the country. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So can't wait to see everybody. And I'd love to keep talking, but I've already missed 4 phone calls and I hear side-by-sides in my driveway, so I better get after it.
All right, then. We'll see you tomorrow night. I don't know. I hope I can get there by 6:30.
Yep, you'll be here, buddy.
All right. Lucy, we'll see ya.